get me through this winter. She sighed. Look no further if it's work you're wanting, because I could use some extra hands at SeaScapes. That is, if you're up for it. Besides Harborside needing Christmas decorations, I have several clients lined up who've requested that I prep for their holiday gatherings too. Seems people are just too busy to handle it this year. They're asking for their trees to be put up and their homes to look festive. Honestly, I was wondering how I would get it all done. You might even find a few new real estate clients out of the deal. The job's yours if you want it. Kinsley shrugged. Really? I mean, you're already paying Adam, aren't you? Becca said, nodding in his direction. You can't afford to add me to the payroll too, can you? Kinsley lowered her voice to match Becca's. Well, technically, yeah, Adam's getting paid for today, but that's mainly to help Alice. I can't bear to think of his mother as a single mom handling everything on her own this time of year. Harborside's an expensive place to live, and it can't be easy for her. I know Adam gives his mom a portion of his salary, but don't tell him I told you how endearing he is. He does? Aw, what a sweetheart. Becca nodded. I knew you had to keep her with him. Kinsley ushered them farther out of earshot. Anyway, I love bringing the community together to craft the kissing balls, and I really do appreciate the help. But they're not doing the heavy lifting. I still need to hang them and decorate the entire town. Between the profits that the town puts aside to pay SeaScapes and the extra clients, there's more than enough work to go around. So not to worry, my friend. I've got you covered. She nudged her friend playfully again with her elbow. Becca still didn't look overly convinced, so Kinsley continued. None of that frowny face. I don't want you to stress, especially over the holidays. It's the best time of the year. Kins, you're sweeter than your aunt's Christmas cookies. There's no doubt about it. Becca threw her arm around her and gave a light squeeze. I'll gladly take the job. Decorating sure does put me in the spirit, and it'll be fun. Plus, the best part? I get to hang out with you. Kinsley was glad that her good business fortune could help out her friend and put a glowing smile on her face. Kinsley's landscape and garden business, based out of the caretaker's cottage behind her Aunt Tilly's Salty Breeze Inn, kicked into high gear during the winter months. She was solely responsible for all of the town's seasonal decor, using mostly natural elements found locally in Maine, and it was quite a production. Therefore, Kinsley had convinced her Aunt Tilly to let her use the inn the weekend after Thanksgiving to coordinate all her decorating efforts. In turn, she would transform the Salty Breeze Inn into a magical holiday destination that would make guests want to linger. It was a win-win for both of them, and the only weekend of the entire year the inn was closed to the public. I'm so glad you're here to help this year, Kinsley repeated, taking Becca by the arm and leading her back to the rest of the group. We need you here. Right, guys? Kinsley looked around the long dining room table and added, You all remember my friend Becca. A bunch of greetings ensued as folks stopped what they were doing to welcome Becca with a wave, nod, or hello. The group of volunteers were already busy creating the Christmas kissing balls that would be used all over Harborside. The kissing balls, which were made up of round clusters of greenery, were making a comeback. Traditionally, they originated from the 17th century and hung from entryways and doorways within a home, so that everyone who passed beneath one would be gifted with blessings and good tidings. Over the centuries, they eventually became a replacement for mistletoe. They were crafted from rosemary, thyme, and mistletoe, symbolizing love and devotion. Kinsley chose to use more traditional pine branches native to Maine, though, such as cedar, fir, white pine, and boxwood. This made it a more symbolic tradition for the town. These beautiful orbs would soon be hung from the light posts on Main Street and sprinkled around the town of Harborside, including at the wharf and marina. Oh, Becca, did I overhear you say Kinsley is sweeter than my holiday cookies? She is pretty special. Aunt Tilly beamed as she crossed the room with a freshly baked plate of Christmas cookies.